wants to be king!
You know, sometimes I think that it might be better to be completely stupid, to be able to put your head in the sand and think that everything is okay. Just go along and consume like a good little cancer cell until it was time for you to expire. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. My grandmother made sure that I didn't have that luxury when I was in the 7th, 8th grade by telling me the truth. And since then, I've always looked at the state of our union, if you will, the way that our country's gone, as almost like a doctor taking the temperature just to see, yeah, are we sick yet? Are we there yet? And while we've been tiptoeing toward the things that my grandmother shared with me, we have hit maximum overdrive in the past couple of years, to the point where the things that I see unfolding in our country is probably one of the biggest driving forces that leads me to do this, something that I have no joy in doing. I don't like doing this. I have no desire to be an internet famous person. None of that shit appeals to me at all. What does appeal to me is using the voice that I have to try to make a change. And the change that needs to be made is where we're at, where you're at. Now, recently, one of the bad guys that supposedly was the mastermind of the event that led Americans to pretty much bend over and give all of our privacy away under the guise of fighting against this specific ism. And we should be celebrating this. We should be in the streets partying that the person who was responsible for designing that atrocity was finally dealt with. But because I don't have the ability to stick my head in the sand and I'm not completely retarded, I look at that and it's a little bit suspect. A laser pinpoint strike right next to the American embassy. It almost seems like they put the guy there. Like, here you go, you want a room, bro? Stay right here. Room service is coming right up. And they send him a package out of the sky. But that's not the real problem. That to me, that whole bread and circus offering isn't the real problem. I look at that and it's just another event. It's another drop in the bucket of these people that are supposed to be leaders that are just puppets. I think probably the biggest tell in this is the narrative that's being spun along with that. Because no longer is this guy and his organization that we've just armed better than most militaries across this planet. They're no longer the problem. The new problem, the thing that we're supposed to all be up in arms about now, are parents who don't want pedos fondling or influencing their small children. Fathers who don't want their child transition because a vindictive mother wants to be woke on TikTok. Or truckers who want to go to work. Dock workers, and on and on and on and on and on. These people who simply want America to be what she's supposed to be are now the biggest isms, biggest is. They're the thing now. They're the new boogeyman that we're all supposed to be up in arms, unless you're one of those people and you're the bad guy now. Roger that. So, if patriotic Americans who believe in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third, Fourth, those people who believe in what our country was founded upon, people who have Christian values, people who believe in morality, people who believe in God's order, are now the domestic-ists that are the bad ones, the bad people. Then who's the good ones? Who are the good people? Who are the good guys? The predatory teachers that want to infect these kids with their affliction? The disgruntled parents who want to just be a part of something so they facilitate their child ruining their lives? Roger that. Or perhaps it's the people who can't stop crying about supremacy, whose children are destroying everything where they live, including one another. Those are the good guys? Or is it the people that are so-called elected officials that are facilitating all of this stuff? And good for what? Good for what? If patriots, parents, men, people who believe in order, Christians, if those people are bad, if believing in morality and structure and family and boys and girls, if all of this is wrong, if all of that paradigm is wrong, what is the right one? What is this thing that we're supposed to demonize all of those people in favor of? Sodom and Gomorrah? That's where we're at. That's where we're at. I think it would be beneficial for everyone in this country, on this planet, to stop for a minute. Stop for just a second and ask yourself, who told me to go where I'm going? Who told me that person was my enemy? Because where we're going right now, especially in this country here, America is the last place that freedom has a chance. And if you look at it honestly, we have given up so much of that. And now we're supposed to vilify and demonize the very people who would be willing to lay down their life so that you could have the life that you wish to have. Let that soak in. Let that sink in. They have poisoned us. And this final poison pill, is meant to drive a wedge down the middle of our country. Those who wish to be slaves and those who would fight against slavery. And the crazy part is the slaves are the ones that are going to be tasked with doing away with those who would fight to rid them of their chains. If the people who love this country are the bad guys, who the fuck are the good guys? Out.